Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today we're talking Sumo Logic stock, ticker symbol SUMO. As a disclaimer, this is not investment advice. This is just a research video that I put together meant to be educational as well as entertaining. We're going to take a quick look at a few different articles surrounding the company. Then we're going to take a look at the stock. This company was requested by Samuel Hogue. I hope I pronounced your name right. So thank you for your interaction and feedback. Thank you for your time. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. Please enjoy. So Sumo Logic provides cloud-native software as a service, otherwise known as SaaS, platform that enables organizations to address the challenges and opportunities presented by digital transformation, modern applications, and cloud computing worldwide. Its platform enables organizations to automate the collection, ingestion, and analysis of application infrastructure security and IoT data to derive actionable insights. The company offers a suite of solutions to address areas such as operational intelligence, security intelligence, business intelligence, and global intelligence. Sumo Logic was incorporated in 2010 and is headquartered in Redwood City, California. I got that description off of the Seeking Alpha company profile. So I think that this type of company is not just important for a bigger platform, a bigger picture of their customers. So we'll take a look at some of their customers, but first let's jump into a few different news clippings and articles. Okay, let's take a quick look at this article from Yahoo Finance. Sumo Logic president and CEO Raman Sayer sold $4.3 million of shares. And this came from Guru Focus just toward the end of March when we had that nice little sell-off. President and CEO of Sumo Logic sold 219,975 shares of Sumo on March 22nd at an average price of $19.71 a share. The total sell was about $4.3 million. And I just wanted to highlight this article because oftentimes whenever it falls on the news that a CEO or insiders sell their shares, it can confuse traders, it can confuse investors. So I think that perhaps it was done legitimately, not because of any scare, especially at the price, right? Like, I mean, the current price now doesn't really make sense. You're selling it for right where it's, for that price. So if this is meant to do anything, it could be, for tax purposes or, a short-term belief that perhaps it's a good time to gain some shares or buy some shares back, or since the event of selling stuff, it could just be a way to generate just a quick cash flow and go from there. But I just wanted to highlight the article that it's really it's not just the CEO, right? Like directors and officers are all doing it. Their chief marketing officer sold some shares as well. So it's just nice to know this type of information. Me personally, since I think that if you really believe in the company, then perhaps you're buying back stuff, and that could be rewarding for investors. But either way, I think that it's helpful to pay attention to these types of moves within the company, so that way you are fully aware of what's going on with the stock. So I just thought that this information was helpful, and let's continue. Okay, let's take a look at this article from Enlyft. Companies using Sumo Logic. We have data on 2,091 companies that use Sumo Logic. The companies using Sumo Logic are most often found in the United States and in the computer software industry. Sumo Logic is most often used by companies with 50 to 200 employees and around $10 million to $50 million in revenue. Our data for Sumo Logic usage goes back as far as 5 years and 1 month. Also, if you're interested to figure out companies like Sumo Logic, you might want to check out Trust, Wave, and Splunk. So who uses Sumo Logic? Companies such as Column Technologies, Caesars Entertainment, Bed Bath & Beyond, and 3M. Whole Foods, which, if I'm not mistaken, is owned by Amazon. And we can jump into another article right after this one, but I just thought that it was pretty interesting to see that these companies, me personally, I hold 3M in my long-term passive portfolio, and it's very cool to see that they use Sumo Logic. Me personally, I don't own Sumo Logic in my portfolio. However, I think that it could be a good buying opportunity right now, but we'll talk about that when we look at the stock. But I just thought that it was cool to check out who is using this company and the amount of revenue that these companies have, right? Like, these companies are, for all intents and purposes, are pretty gnarly, to say the least. And I think that it just bodes well to see who's using Sumo Logic is just as important as what Sumo Logic does and the type of service that they provide. So let's move on. And yes, Amazon does own, right? That's how you say it. Amazon does own. Amazon owns Whole Foods. In 2017, they purchased them for $13.7 billion. And the grocery chain currently employs roughly 95,000 people. Okay, let's take a look at this article from Database Trends and Applications. Sumo Logic and AWS collaborate to accelerate Amazon CloudWatch metrics. This article came out at the beginning of the month. Sumo Logic is partnering with AWS for the launch of Amazon CloudWatch Metric Streams, a fully managed, scalable, and low-latency service that streams Amazon CloudWatch metrics to partners via Amazon Kinesis Data Firehouse. So I think it only bodes well to see the partnership of AWS and Sumo Logic so that their customers are, have a fully managed and reliable solution for streaming CloudWatch metrics into Sumo Logic to help simplify the monitoring of troubleshooting of AWS infrastructure. So again, not going to go through the entire article, but it is nice to see the partnership with AWS, and I think that it is best to see this as a positive, and that the company is growing. Sumo Logic is growing and integrating more with their partnership with Amazon Web Services, and I believe that it's only positive things can come from it. So let's continue. Okay, we are here on the Seeking Alpha Sumo Logic page. Current price sitting at $19.15, and I just want to go through some of the metrics. I think at heart I'm a fundamental investor. I know it's old school, I guess, but I'm a relatively young investor, so I'm not going to go through any of the articles as of yet. I will leave the page attached in the show notes. I just wanted to show the revenue and look at some of the estimates for the next couple years, and I like to see this stair-stepping pattern when it comes to revenue on most companies that I either decide to start a position with or that I continue to keep in any of my portfolios. So if we look at 2020 with sort of like, I think 2020 is a year that we can kind of look at these types of companies, like these cloud companies, these SaaS companies, as where they're needed. And I think that since everyone was working remotely, or at least for the most part people were working remotely, that these types of companies stand to benefit. And I think that moving forward, at least Seeking Alpha is establishing more of some high earnings estimate and some revenue estimates. So I think that it's their earnings per share, they are still what you would call them. It's more of a riskier type of company, I guess, depending on your risk profile and depending on whether or not you're okay with the EPS estimate still being in the negative for the near term. But I think that it's just a matter of time until this company grows. And let's take a look at some of their competitors. Their market cap is just right into a mid-cap company, and their ownership is, I like to see now, I do like to see their institutional ownership has taken a rise, and I do like to see that their insider individual portion of ownership has dwindled. And I would say that just recently because of some of the moves, right? When the insiders sell, it's not like it's going to make a big impact on this type of company, at least for now. But I do like to see certain companies with insider and individual ownership. But with this type of company, I think that it is nice that big institutions are buying it up. Sumo Logic also has some competition with Pros Holdings, Yext, Materialize, Bottom Line. Also, Splunk and Datadog are also competitors for this company. So I think these are the types of things, these types of metrics I like to see in a company. So let's continue. Okay, let's take a look at my trading view of Sumo Logic, and want to pay attention to a few different dates. We had an earnings in late March, another earnings in May. So I think it's important to pay attention to some earnings dates to kind of pay attention to see what happened around the most recent earnings. The stock just continued to slide. And prior to the sell-off in March, this company was trending upward. It had some nice ascension. However, there are a couple technical signals here. Besides the stair-stepping pattern that I was noticing, that it was just getting a nice run up to the 40s, and to where it's currently at now, it's sitting at $19. For those people that are holding this long time, obviously it's a great buying opportunity. Again, this is not investment advice, but this is just stating an opinion. But let's play out another scenario, right? Let's decide right now. Decide that you like this company. Where has it been trading? So I'm going to draw a trend line to a previous level of support. And I think that around this line, let me scoot back here so you can see what I'm talking about. The trade bounced several times, and these are like 3-hour candles that we're looking at. So for several amount of time, this stock was trading around the mid-20s. And I think that if it can test this level of support now, a level of resistance, let's just say hypothetically it bounces and it breaks through that and it becomes a level of support, then I think that it's safe to say from a technical standpoint that the ascension will continue. So that's my trading view. Okay, I'm going to leave it here. I want to thank you for your time. I greatly appreciate it. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. We're almost there to the 1,000 subscribers. I really do appreciate it, y'all. If there's another company, IPO, or an ETF that you'd like to see me research, just drop it in the comment section below, and I will do my best to get to it as soon as possible. Y'all have a great week, and I will see y'all on the next one. Take care.